New York's top court, the state's Court of Appeals, has overturned the 2020 rape conviction against Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. The court found that the judge in that trial was prejudiced Weinstein's defense with improper rulings. That included a decision to let women testify about allegations that were not part of the case. Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison. The court has ordered a new trial. Let's dig into this a bit deeper with CBC senior entertainment reporter Eli Glasner, who joins us now. Eli, we were shocked when The Wire went out.
Stunning.
It's been overturned. So help us break this down. Why did the appellate judge make this decision?
It's really about this use of 4 women who testified as they were called prior bad act witnesses. So they were on the stand and they were not testifying as to actually what Weinstein was accused of, but you have to imagine establishing a pattern of behavior and speaking to his character. And so there were 4 women. And the court today, in its opinion, saying that the judge who originally presided over this case in 2019, 2020, made a mistake by allowing the prosecutors to call these witnesses who testified that Weinstein assaulted them. But those witnesses, again, were not part of the charges against him. And I'm actually going to read the statement that the appeals court put out. It says in its finding, under our system of justice, the accused has a right to be held to account for only the crime charged. Thus, allegations of prior bad acts, which I was describing, those women testified to, may not be admitted against them for the sole purpose of establishing the propensity for criminality. So that's from Judge Jenny Rivera. But I'm going to paraphrase. There was a blistering dissenting opinion from one of the justices. This was a 4-3 decision. She's saying that men who serially sexually exploit their power over women, especially the most vulnerable groups, will reap the benefits of today's decision. Now, this is a stunning reversal. I mean, you think of what Weinstein really represented well, we have it up on the screen. Let me jump ahead and we're seeing there. So you're seeing what the district attorney, the question is, where do we go now? DA saying, we go forward, they will fight, so we'll do everything in our power to retry the case and remain steadfast in our commitment to the survivors of sexual assault. But let me just back up for a moment and kind of remind us how we got here. I mean, there was a time where Harvey Weinstein was a producer with the Midas touch, right? He made Oscar winners. You look at Shakespeare in Love, and he had a reputation in Hollywood, certainly as a bully and more. But, you know, Hollywood was, I think many in the industry are willing to look the other way because the proof was in the pudding. He had many award-winning films to his name. He was difficult to work with. Ask Gwyneth Paltrow, ask Quentin Tarantino. But that was enough for a while until 2017, and then the New York Times starts reporting on allegations of sexual assault, dozens of allegations against this producer, and eventually then you have the trial in February, being found guilty of sexual assault in the 1st degree and rape in the 3rd degree, and a prison sentence of 23 years. And so this is what is now becoming unraveled today with this very surprising reversal.
So critical to the Me Too Time's Up movement. When you look up those phrases, Harvey Weinstein's right there.
He personified it. This really was seen as a turning point in that it was no small feat finding these women. I mean, you talk about allegations from someone like Mira Sorvino, like people who were known actors in the business, willing to stand up and say, this is what Harvey Weinstein did to me. Because for so long, you know, there's the reporting says that he was using blackmail. He was intimidating people to say silent. And there were allegations that happened here in Toronto at the Toronto Film Festival. So this really was seen as shedding light on, sadly, a very common part of the industry that is bigger than Weinstein. So the fact that they got a conviction, that was critical, and now a conviction which has been overturned.
But let's clarify for folks at home, this doesn't mean he's out and about now. What's going on with his imprisonment? Where do we go from here?
Technically, he's a free man in terms of the New York New York sentence. So right now, he's serving 23 years. He's in a prison in Syracuse. But he's also serving out a 16-year sentence for a rape that occurred in Beverly Hills. So he will now be sent from New York to the state of California to continue that sentence on on those convictions, according to his spokesman now. And we are waiting to hear from his legal team. They are going to be doing a press conference on the steps of the appeals court at 1:30. He is 72 years old. He has had health issues, but this story certainly will go on.
Eli, thanks so much.
You're welcome.